Hello Curious and welcome back. Does anybody know the latest news on the Jenners? Cause curious, this just dropped like a bombshell on us and it has nothing to do with quarantine or isolation. So there's a new political drama brewing between the Jenners, and specifically it involves Caitlyn. And we all remember that in the past that Kanye West had tried to run for president. So does this mean that Caitlyn got some ideas from him? But what exactly does Miss Jenner want to do, and what are her reasons for it? And could Caitlyn be the first official transgender governor? Why are all of her fans dismayed by such a career move? And what are the divided opinions? Does the Kardashian-Jenner clan have anything to worry about? Make sure you stay with us until the very end to learn about their latest plans. But before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any of our future videos. So who doesn't remember last year's election when Kanye West had announced his run for president and even held his own rally? Though in the end, out of an estimated total of 160 million votes, he managed to only score about 60,000 of them. And although it has been said that he's not given up and is still planning to someday achieve his goal of moving into the White House and to be one of the most powerful leaders in the world, although now he will have to achieve it without the help of his famous wife. And if you want to know the situation surrounding their divorce and how things are going to be settled, you can do so by checking out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us to learn all about Caitlyn's plans. No one can dispute the fact that the Kardashian-Jenners are leaders in the terms of influence and trends, and they are the queens of social media for a reason. And since Caitlyn has transitioned into also increasing her monetary value, but just like her daughters and stepdaughters, she too enjoys the benefits of her great influence in the media, which is why she has now decided to run as a Republican for the position of the governor of California. It seems that the state of California is the favorite for those who come from the American show business, because some of you surely remember that even Arnold Schwarzenegger held that position. And with that, you must also remember the scandal that broke out during his terms when news came out that he had a child with his former housekeeper, which you can find out more by clicking on the link above. And in 2003, there was a few stars from the entertainment industry who tried their luck at securing this position for themselves, such as adult movie actress Mary Carey and former child actor Gary Coleman. It seems that Caitlyn Jenner is hoping that history will repeat itself with her 18 years after the political success of the Terminator actor who held the position for 8 years. And according to Axios, her team is in the same one that has served as Donald Trump's advisory team, which for some might not come as a surprise in the past that Jenner has expressed her support for Trump, and though later she has changed her mind because of his stance on federal guidelines allowing transgender students to use the restrooms of their choice. And it seems that she's taking her job very seriously, as she has released an official statement which confirmed that her decision to run for governor, in which she said, "Californians want better and they want to deserve better, and from the governor, of course. So for too long, career politicians have overpromised and underdelivered, and we need a leader with the vision and resolve to see it through." And it seems that for Caitlyn, there is not much to lose, but there could be a lot to be gained, and at the age of 71, she has proven that for her, nothing is impossible. But imagine for a second that if Miss Jenner does win, she would be a part of a tiny group of transgender people that would occupy such a prominent place, and this would surely open the doors for many other trans people, which, as many have pointed out, would undoubtedly be a giant step towards acceptance and diversity in the world. And since of course it has been one of the main objectives to promote LGBTQ+ issues, and let us remember that in 2020, Sarah McBride won her position as the first transgender senator, not forgetting to mention Christine Halquist, who in 2018 was the Democratic nominee for governor of Vermont but ultimately lost to Phil Scott. The election is expected to take place next year, and in Caitlyn's own words, she has said that she's a proven winner who can put an end to Gavin Newsom's disastrous time as governor. And those are some strong words of confidence from Miss Jenner. What do you think about that, Curious? From the past, we know that Caitlyn has repeatedly mentioned Kim Kardashian's support during her gender reassignment process, and now that Miss Kardashian West is getting divorced from her husband, does that mean that she could openly support Caitlyn this time as well? And though, what criticism has Caitlyn Jenner had to deal with anyways? And who has spoken in support of her? Stay with us until the very end to find out. And sooner rather than later, the former governor of the state of California himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, had made statements with regards to Caitlyn's plans to run, and in his own words, appearing on the Jimmy Kimmel show, he said that the key to all of this is that it doesn't matter if it's Caitlyn or anyone else. Have a clear vision of where you want to go, and what are the kind of changes you want to make, and why are you qualified to become governor. and that's why you have to convince the people. Everything else is nonsense because the press will attack you no matter who you are. They attacked me then, but in the end, I won. So that was the main thing. Although he wasn't the only one to comment on Caitlyn's upcoming candidacy, and obviously the Kardashians couldn't be left behind in making statements regarding the political life that Jenner is about to embark on. And the oldest of the family, Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney, were not surprised by her recent move and decisions, and a source close to the sisters had stated that while the family may have not had the same political views, but ultimately they want Caitlyn to be happy and fulfilled. However, TMZ claims that Caitlyn's children from her first marriage are far from giving their support and are even embarrassed. Burt, Brandon, and Brody were totally and completely opposed to the idea of her running for governor, and as per the publication, are embarrassed that she's doing so, and at this time because they don't feel that Caitlyn is qualified to hold the position. So her children had allegedly asked her to rethink her decision, but they did not realize that she had already put in the paper to be part of the nominees, and so the family feels hurt that her feelings were not taken into account. And it also said that she is facing opposition from the Kardashian side of the family as they still have mixed feelings about the divorce from Kris Jenner, and though it's not expected that they will oppose the decision that Caitlyn has already taken. The only thing left is to wait and see how it all turns out, and they've always shown to be a close family despite any arguments, so will they do the same this time, or will they just give evidence to those who claim that the Kardashians only act out of interest if there's something in it for them? What do you think, Curious? Though Caitlyn is willing to fight against all odds, as she showed on her social media when she posted a photo of the paperwork necessary to be in the race in which she hopes to replace Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom, and which she has already filed for. Caitlyn hopes that the recognition that surrounds her name by her famous daughters and her participation in the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where her transition was documented, and she hopes that all of this means that people will recognize her name and that she can produce a change in one of the most popular states in the country. Over the years, California has established itself as a traditionally Democratic state, but according to reports, the Republican Party sees an opportunity in the father of Kendall and Kylie to reverse the situation. Although the outlook is not entirely easy, and with the scandals surrounding the family, several of the advisors dare to say that it will not be an easy win. Jenner would have to face off at the polls against Newsom, who is about to face a recall on his mandate as a result of the closures of many businesses during the pandemic. However, if we look back at Kanye's attempt at his entry into the world of politics, do you think that Caitlyn can have a chance of winning? Or could she, just like the Terminator actor, prove everyone wrong? What seems to be interesting to many, in what positions will the Kardashian-Jenner mommagger take in all of this? Or will Caitlyn have to do all of this on her own? So curious, do you think that Caitlyn Jenner is qualified for the job of governor? Do you think that she really has a chance of winning and that finally her children from both marriages can give their vote of confidence and support her? Since we imagine that the fact that her own children don't support her must be a blow to Miss Jenner, do you think this could affect her campaign? And do you think that all the drama surrounding the Kardashian-Jenners will also affect her candidacy? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we shall see you in the next video.